Okay, Jack, thank you. Meanwhile, a top White House official is defending the use of drones to target suspected terrorists and kill them. In a speech in Washington today, the counterterrorism advisor to the president, John Brennan, says the strikes are legal and designed to save American lives. I'm joined now by CNN's Pentagon correspondent Chris Lawrence. Chris, we're getting new insight into how the decision is made to carry out these drone strikes designed to kill suspected terrorists out there. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, well, this is probably the most in-depth description of the review process that we've ever heard publicly. Brennan says President Obama has instructed his team to be more open about how and when the U.S. dispatches these drones. It's a program often shrouded in secrecy, but the Obama administration is going public with its justification for using drones to kill specific terrorists.
There is no more consequential a decision than deciding whether to use lethal force against another human being, even a terrorist dedicated to killing American citizens.
Counterterrorism advisor John Brennan reveals there is a threat threshold which the U.S. uses to gauge whether someone can be targeted, such as an operational leader of al-Qaeda.
Or perhaps the individual possesses unique operational skills that are being leveraged in a planned attack.
What does it mean to have a unique set of skills? These terms are very vague.
Human rights activist Raha Walla wonders if anyone raising money for al-Qaeda or transporting goods could be killed. He says Brennan's criteria comes up short.
They certainly don't provide assurances to the American people that this program is being conducted in compliance with international and domestic law.
Brennan says the national security team asked several questions before authorizing a strike. Is this person a significant threat to American interests? Is capture not feasible? And have we thought through the unintended consequences?
When considering lethal force, we are, of course, mindful that there are important checks on our ability to act unilaterally in foreign territories.
But just weeks after Pakistani lawmakers demanded an end to American drone strikes, another militant hideout was hit Sunday. Pakistan is condemning the strike in North Waziristan that killed 3 people.
We discuss, we debate, we disagree.
Brennan says the decision to target someone doesn't have to be unanimous, and some officials morally struggle with their decisions.
I know I have, and I will continue to struggle with it as long as I remain in counterterrorism.
Brennan also says that he's very mindful the U.S. is the first nation to deploy these drones on an extensive basis, but every year more and more countries are gaining that capability, and some of them will use how the U.S. has conducted its drone attacks as a precedent. Wolf.
So he's basically saying that if the U.S. can engage in what they call these targeted assassinations from the sky using these drones, other countries will follow suit and say, look, if the United States of America can go out and kill some people they suspect of being terrorists, we can do it as well. He got into that, right?
You're exactly right, Wolf. That's exactly his point, that other nations will use the U.S.'s use of force as a precedent. And he made the point of saying not every nation that gains the drone capability will have the same regard for loss of civilian life and other things that have to be considered.
Chris Lawrence at the Pentagon, thank you. It was some of the worst flooding in U.S. history. Now it's a reason for a lawsuit against the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. We'll explain what's going on.